Hi guys, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about mental health. Specifically, I wanted to share with you guys 5 things that I have done to improve my mental health. This is not really a topic that I talk about super often on my channel. I have mentioned it briefly in some of my vlogs, but it's kind of not something that I really talk about. But I wanted to make this video because mental health is really important, and if my experience and what I have to say is able to impact or encourage at least just one of you, then it is worth it for me to make this video. My mental health, whilst not being perfect, is at a really good place at the moment, but that is not to say that the goal is to get to a point of being fixed or completely healed and you never have to deal with that again, because that's not always the case. But being able to manage your mental health while realizing that you're probably going to have ups and downs. So I'm just going to be sharing with you guys today 5 things that I have done that have personally helped me with my mental health. I also just wanted to put in a quick disclaimer to let you guys know that I am not a psychologist and that this information is from my own personal experience, and you should consult a medical professional to get insight and help for your specific circumstances. So, things I've done to improve my mental health. The first one is surrendering everything to God. If you guys didn't know, I am a Christian. I know not all of you guys are Christian, so this one might not apply to you, but personally, this is the thing that has impacted my mental health the most for the better. One thing that I've been learning recently is that how I feel doesn't always equate to truth, but I can still choose to do good and healthy things despite how I'm feeling. Similarly, I've been learning to trust God despite my circumstances and trust what I know, which is that He is good and that He is working to bring good out of bad situations, even if I can't immediately see that in the moment. Surrendering my mental health to God and just choosing to trust Him despite how I'm feeling or my circumstances has brought such a sense of peace and comfort that just doesn't make sense for the situation. Just taking comfort in God's love for me and drawing near to Him has been the biggest point of growth for me in my faith and for healing in my mental health. And I'm learning to be truly grateful for the struggles I've had with my mental health, because it just pushes me to depend on God so much in a way that I wouldn't have to if I was just relying on myself and the illusion of self-provision. We are all broken people. No matter what you're struggling with, Jesus is the answer. The second thing that I did that helped improve my mental health was seeing a psychologist. This is something that I was kind of apprehensive to talk about, I guess just because of the taboo topic that mental health still kind of is. But I'm sharing it because it has been so beneficial for my mental health. Before even the actual content of the appointments, just the simple act of actually following through and making the appointment, which was something that I kind of had been putting off for a while, already helped me to improve my mindset. I don't know why we think that we have to deal with all our mental health struggles on our own, or why we sometimes think that there's just something inherently wrong with us and we can't be fixed. But just like you see a doctor if you break your arm, or you go see a mechanic if your car breaks down, it is logical and smart to see a psychologist, to see the professional if there is something wrong with your mental health. You don't just go break your arm and then say, I'm just gonna deal with this on my own. No, you go to the professional who knows what they're doing and knows how to provide the best path to healing. I think a lot of the time we can compare ourselves to others or just downplay what we're dealing with. We can think, oh, my mental health isn't that bad, or some people have it so much worse, but that doesn't actually diminish the struggles that you are facing. If you have been tossing up the idea of making an appointment with a psychologist, this is your sign to do it. Your health and your mental well-being is so important, and you are so loved and valued. The third thing that I did to improve my mental health was focusing on baby steps instead of the big picture. Sometimes life can be very overwhelming, and that can sometimes be made worse if you have the tendency to think too far into the future, or just stress or get anxious about things that are outside of your control. It's easy to get distracted by the big picture when it's not actually helpful, and that can cause us to feel overwhelmed or anxious when we're maybe thinking a little bit irrationally. Something that has kind of helped me to break out of this habit is to just focus on the immediate thing that I am doing. For example, I have enough energy to get out of bed right now and go have a shower. I don't need to think about everything else that I need to get done during the day or anything else that I want to do. I just need to focus on doing that one simple thing. I am capable of going on a 10-minute walk. I am capable of opening this book and reading a page. I am capable of getting through this day. It's about shifting your focus from the big picture tasks, things that are making you feel overwhelmed or things that you feel like you don't have the energy to do, and instead focusing on these small, immediate tasks. It's kind of a mindfulness activity of bringing your awareness back to the present moment, which in itself can be very beneficial. But this can also actually trick your brain into continuing with more beneficial baby steps by creating some momentum. If you're struggling to get out of bed one day because you're just overwhelmed with the thoughts of everything that you need to do or that you wanted to do, don't focus on getting up and ticking off everything on your to-do list for the day. Instead, just focus on getting up and having a shower. You can tell yourself, it doesn't matter what I get done on my list today. I don't have to do anything on my to-do list today. All I have to do right now is get up and have a shower. And after completing that one task, you're more likely to continue that momentum and complete more. This is called the instigation habit. It is the thing before the thing that creates the momentum. I heard about this idea from Michelle B. I will link her video down below where she talks about it in the context of behavior change and habits. But this is pretty much about doing the little things that require less effort, which will make it more likely for you to do the hard things or the things that require more effort. An example of this is when you can't be bothered cleaning your room, so you say, I'm just gonna tidy this one little section, and then 2 hours later, you're deep cleaning your room and reorganizing everything. It's about shifting your focus from the big tasks and the big things you need to do and instead focusing on the little baby steps that are gonna get you a fraction of the way there. But even if the baby steps don't snowball into bigger steps, it is still so beneficial for you to take your mind off what you're worrying about and just focus on what is right now going to be healthy for you. And this has been so beneficial for me as well. Instead of just sitting and stressing and being overwhelmed that you do nothing, you are instead focusing your energy on just doing one little baby thing that is going to be helpful and beneficial for you. The fourth thing that I did to improve my mental health was make a mental health checklist. So I made a list of things that make me feel better, more level-headed, and whenever I kind of feel myself slipping into an unhealthy place, I pick 1 or 2 things off this list to do. What feels good isn't always what's easy, and whilst it may be easy to just stay in that unhealthy place or that place of feeling overwhelmed, that is not what is going to be best for your health. So maybe when you're in a bit of a healthier place, make a list of things that make you feel better, that make you feel joyful, that make you feel more mindful and level-headed. To give you guys some examples, some of the things on my list are pray, go for a walk, play the piano, take a 20-minute nap, call a friend, make a plan for my day/week, make a healthy meal. The philosophy with this is not to wait until you feel better to do something, but do something to make yourself feel better. And you can use the instigation habit that I just spoke about to help create some momentum if any of these things on your list do feel overwhelming. So for example, if going on a walk feels overwhelming, just focus on putting on your shoes, or just focus on opening the door and looking outside. But the idea is to create a list of things that require a little bit but not a huge amount of effort. And the final thing that I do to improve my mental health is giving myself grace and rest even when I feel like I don't deserve it. Our brains can really make us believe lies or just buy into things that aren't true. For me, it's really easy for me to not allow myself to rest because I don't feel like I have been working productively. But then it just turns into a cycle of I'm not working productively because I haven't been able to rest. It is so important to be gentle with yourself, to look after yourself, and allow yourself to rest even when you don't feel like you deserve it. I try to think about what Jesus would say to me and how he would treat me, and he cares so much more about me than he does about what I do or my work. As difficult as it can feel, try to remember that you don't need to earn rest or kindness from yourself. But that is going to be it for this video. Those are 5 things that I have done that have improved my mental health. I hope this video was helpful or insightful to you in some way, and if any of you guys would like to share some things that you have done or currently do to improve your mental health, I would love to hear about those in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I just want to say if you are watching this video and you are struggling with your mental health in some way, shape, or form, I just want to say that you are so loved and valued, and your mental health is not where your identity is found in, and that does not describe your worth as a person. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.